Have you ever felt your heart heavy, as if you were carrying an entire mountain of resentment that you couldn't let go of? Pause for a moment and ask yourself, what truly makes you strong? Not physical strength, not power or wealth, but a simple yet immensely powerful secret. The one who harbors no hatred is the strongest of all. Do you dare embark on a journey to discover that strength right now? Imagine you're carrying a boulder on your shoulders, day after day, just because someone once hurt you. Resentment is that boulder. It doesn't just weigh down your body, it imprisons your soul. What about forgiveness? Forgiveness is not weakness, not surrender, but a courageous act, a bold step toward liberating yourself. Do you dare let go and walk more lightly? The Buddha taught that compassion is a blazing fire capable of burning away all hatred, but only if you dare to ignite it. Think of Venerable Angulimala, a notorious killer who once struck fear into an entire kingdom. He wore a garland of fingers from his unfortunate victims, each one a curse that locked his soul in darkness. Born as a Himsaka, meaning the harmless one, fate cruelly pushed him onto a path of violence. A jealous teacher, consumed by envy, deceived him into believing that killing would grant him ultimate power. In his delusion, Angulimala believed it, and step by step, he became the monster he himself feared. Each life he took didn't make him stronger. It only deepened the abyss in his soul. He lived in terrifying loneliness, shunned by the world and abandoned by himself. But what happened? One day, he encountered the Buddha, who didn't flinch before his sharpened blade. The Buddha simply looked at him with eyes full of compassion, free of judgment. "I stopped long ago," the Buddha said, "but you're still running." Those words struck like a hammer, shattering the wall of hatred in Angulimala's heart. He was stunned. For the first time, he felt a strange light, not the light of power or blood, but the light of kindness. He threw down his sword, knelt before the Buddha, and asked to follow him. From a murderer, he became a saint. Do you see something astonishing here? True strength doesn't lie in vengeance, but in letting go. Hatred is like drinking poison and hoping someone else will die. Are you doing that to yourself? Pause for a moment and ask, who's truly being hurt when you cling to resentment? Not your enemy, it's you. Every time you dwell on a past hurt, you stab yourself again. But here's a secret few realize. Forgiveness isn't about erasing someone else's wrongs. It's about healing the wounds within you. The Buddha said, hatred cannot be extinguished by hatred. Only love can extinguish hatred. This teaching isn't mere theory. It's a living challenge. Do you have the courage to take it on? Imagine someone who hurt you deeply. Perhaps a sharp word, a betrayal, or a wound you thought would never heal. Now, try picturing yourself setting that pain down. Not because they deserve it, but because you deserve to be free. Sounds impossible, doesn't it? But here's the hidden truth. Forgiveness doesn't change the past, but it opens the door to your future. Angulimala did it, but his journey didn't end the moment he met the Buddha. As a monk, he still faced scornful glares and curses from those who had lost loved ones to his blade. Once, while begging for alms, he was pelted with stones until he bled. His head dripped with blood, his robes torn to shreds, yet he didn't grow angry. He walked on silently, his heart filled with gratitude for being freed from his own darkness. Can you imagine that inner strength? Not the strength to defeat enemies, but the strength to conquer yourself. Angulimala not only forgave those who stoned him, he forgave himself, the hardest thing a person can do. Have you ever tried forgiving yourself? Perhaps you carry a wound you blame yourself for, a mistake, a moment you wish you could redo. But here's a shocking truth. You can't move forward if you keep chaining yourself to the past. Learn from Angulimala. He was once a monster, but he chose to become human. You have that choice too, right now. The Buddha taught that the mind is like a garden, and every thought is a seed. If you plant seeds of resentment, you'll harvest suffering. But if you plant seeds of compassion, you'll harvest peace. Which seeds will you choose? Don't rush to answer. Let the question sink deep into your heart. You might think, but they don't deserve forgiveness. And maybe you're right. But here's the shocking part. Forgiveness isn't a gift for them. It's a gift for you. When you forgive, you don't erase their actions. You cut the ropes binding you to pain. Think of another story from the Buddha's teachings. The story of Kisa Gautami. She lost her only son, and in unbearable grief, She carried his lifeless body through the village, begging for someone to bring him back. No one could help her until she met the Buddha. He told her to bring him a mustard seed from a house untouched by death. She went from door to door but found no such home. At last, she understood. Suffering spares no one. With the Buddha's compassion, she learned to let go. Not to forget her son, but to realize that clinging to pain was killing her slowly. Do you see the parallel? Like Kisa Gotami, you might be holding on to pain, thinking letting go is betrayal. But letting go isn't forgetting, it's allowing yourself to live again. Do you dare to do that? Think of a moment in your life when you felt deeply hurt. Maybe a close friend betrayed you, a family member let you down, or you did something you can't forgive yourself for. Now, imagine placing that pain in a box and locking it away. Not to forget it, but so it no longer controls you. The Buddha taught that everything is impermanent. Pain, joy, even you. If everything passes, why let hatred define you? Here's another secret. Hatred doesn't just hurt you, it makes you smaller. When you cling to resentment, you give others power over your emotions. Do you want to live like that? Or do you want to take back control, becoming the strongest by letting go? Consider another example from the Buddha's teachings, the story of King Pasenadi and Queen Molika. Once, the king asked his queen, "Is there anyone dearer to you than yourself?" She replied, "No, your majesty. No one is dearer to me than myself." Surprised, the king brought the question to the Buddha, who confirmed, "Indeed, no one loves you more than you love yourself. So live with compassion, for when you harm others, you harm yourself." Do you see? When you hold on to hatred, you're hurting the one you love most, yourself. Forgiveness is how you reclaim that love. You don't need to be a saint like Angulimala or enlightened like the Buddha. You just need to be you, with a heart brave enough to let go. Think of someone you're angry with, a colleague, a family member, or even a stranger. Now, imagine sending them a compassionate thought, not because they deserve it, but because you want to feel lighter. Do you feel a difference? That's the power of kindness. It doesn't change them, it changes you. And when you change, the world around you changes too. Have you ever noticed that the happiest people aren't those who have everything, but those who carry no burden of hatred? They are the strongest because they've learned to live unbound by the past. Do you want to be one of them? Start now. No need to wait for tomorrow or for an apology. Choose forgiveness, not to fix the world, but to fix yourself. Forgiveness isn't a single act, it's a journey. Return to Angulimala once more. As a monk, he didn't just face hostility from others, he battled shadows in his own mind. Some nights, the faces of his victims haunted him, not to punish him, but to remind him of the path he'd chosen. He didn't run. Instead, he meditated, reflecting on impermanence, compassion, and the truth that every action leaves a mark. Have you ever thought that your painful memories are like those shadows? They are not there to hurt you, but to teach you. But what will you learn if you keep running? Angulimala chose to face them, and that's what made him a saint. Do you dare face your shadows? Maybe it's a childhood pain, a broken relationship, or a mistake you can't forget. Try, just once, to look at it and say, "I won't let you control me anymore." That's the first step to becoming the strongest. The Buddha taught that the mind is like a wild horse, and you hold the reins. If you don't control it, it'll drag you into an abyss. But if you guide it, it'll take you to new horizons. Forgiveness is how you hold the reins. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Think of another story, Venerable Moggallana, one of the Buddha's great disciples. Before becoming a monk, he was an ordinary man, carrying petty grudges like anyone else. But meeting the Buddha, he realized every grudge was a chain binding him to suffering. He let go, not because he was noble, but because he wanted freedom. Do you want freedom? Freedom from anger, pain, and whatever holds you back. That freedom doesn't come from changing others. It comes from changing yourself. Imagine you're a bird trapped in a cage. The door is open, but you don't fly out because you're afraid. Afraid of what? That forgiving will make you lose a part of yourself. But here's the secret. You lose nothing. You only reclaim yourself. Every time you forgive, you grow bigger, stronger, and closer to the person you truly want to be. Think of a moment when you felt relieved after letting go of a small argument. How did it feel? Now, multiply that feeling 1,000 times. That's what forgiving a great pain feels like. You don't have to do it instantly. Forgiveness is a process, like peeling an onion layer by layer. Each layer you remove makes you lighter, brighter. The Buddha taught that all beings have Buddha nature, even you, even those who hurt you. If you look at them with compassionate eyes, you'll see no one truly wants to harm you. They are just suffering, like you. And when you understand that, forgiveness becomes easier, not because you're weak, but because you're strong. Have you ever heard the story of Venerable Ananda, the Buddha's close companion? Once, someone insulted the Buddha in Ananda's presence. Ananda was furious and wanted to drive the person away, but the Buddha smiled and said, "If someone offers you a gift and you don't accept it, who does the gift belong to?" Ananda replied, "The giver." The Buddha nodded, "Then this anger doesn't belong to me." Do you see? When someone hurts you, they're offering a toxic gift. You don't have to take it. You can refuse, and when you do, you become the strongest. Imagine a day when you live without carrying any resentment. You wake up, see the world with new eyes, and everything feels lighter. That's not a dream. It's something you can achieve if you choose forgiveness. Not for others, but for you. Return to Angulimala one last time, because his story is a living testament to the power of forgiveness. As a monk, life wasn't instantly easy. People still saw him as a killer, and memories of his past haunted him. But he didn't let them pull him back into darkness. He learned to live with compassion, not just for others but for himself. One day, while meditating, he attained enlightenment. He realized all suffering, all hatred, stems from ignorance. And by letting go of ignorance, he let go of all resentment. Have you ever considered that your resentment might also come from ignorance? Maybe you don't understand why someone hurt you, or why you hurt yourself. But when you choose forgiveness, you step out of ignorance's shadow into the light of truth. The Buddha taught that life is like a river, always flowing, never still. If you try to hold onto a single drop, you'll only hurt yourself. Resentment is that drop. Forgiveness is letting the river flow. You don't need to cling to anything. Just let it pass. Think of a moment when you felt stuck in the past, a harsh word from a loved one, a failure you can't forget, or a loss you can't overcome. Now, imagine standing by the river, watching those pains float away. You don't need to jump in to hold them back. Just stand there, breathe, and let them go. That's the power of forgiveness. Consider another story, Venerable Rahula, the Buddha's son. As a child, he felt abandoned when his father left the palace to seek the truth. There were moments he resented, not understanding why his father chose that path. But as he grew and became a monk, Rahula learned to forgive. He realized his father hadn't abandoned him but was seeking liberation for all beings, including him. Through forgiveness, Rahula found not just peace but a deeper love for his father. Have you ever felt abandoned by someone? Maybe a family member, a friend, or even yourself. But here's the secret. Forgiveness doesn't just heal wounds, it opens new connections. When you forgive, you don't just free yourself, you create space for love and understanding. Why do we hold on to resentment? Because we think it protects us. Because we fear letting go will make us vulnerable. But here's the shocking truth. Resentment doesn't protect you. It weakens you. It steals your energy, your joy, your ability to live fully. Forgiveness, on the other hand, is ultimate strength. It doesn't make you vulnerable. It makes you invincible. When you forgive, you tell the world, I won't let anything control me. Do you want to live with that strength? Do you want to wake up each day with a light heart, unbound by the past? Imagine standing on a hill, looking down at the world. Below are all your pains, resentments, and wounds. Now, picture spreading your arms and letting them fly away like leaves in the wind. You don't need to hold on to them. You don't need to carry them. You can stand there, free, strong, and full of light. That's what Angulimala did. That's what Kisa Gotami, Sariputta, Rahula, and countless others did. And it's what you can do too. The journey to forgiveness is never easy, but it's always worth it. Every step you take, you become lighter, brighter, stronger. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to do it all at once. Just start. Today, choose one person you're angry with, maybe a family member, a friend, or yourself. Send them a compassionate thought. They don't need to know. They don't need to change. Just do it for you. Then watch what happens in your heart. You'll feel a shift, however small. That's the sign of true strength. The Buddha taught that all beings are interconnected, like drops in an ocean. When you hurt others, you hurt yourself. And when you forgive, you don't just heal yourself, you heal the world. Have you ever thought that one small act of forgiveness could ripple out and change lives? Maybe you forgive a friend, and they learn to forgive others. Maybe you forgive yourself, and it inspires those around you. Every act of compassion is a stone tossed into a lake, creating ripples that spread forever. Think of a moment when you felt even a little lighter. Maybe when you made peace with someone or realized something wasn't worth holding on to. How did that feel? Now, imagine living with that feeling every day. That's what forgiveness brings. It's not a gift for others, it's a gift for you. It's the key to unlocking the door to freedom, to living a life unbound by resentment. Return to Angulimala one final time, because his story is a flame lighting the way for us all. When he attained enlightenment, he didn't just let go of resentment. He let go of the very idea of self. He realized there's no I or other, only a flow of life, of suffering and joy. And in that flow, forgiveness is the only way to find peace. Have you ever thought your resentment might be an illusion? It feels real, but look deeper, and it's just a thought, a story you tell yourself. And if you can tell a different story, one of compassion, forgiveness, and strength, your life will change. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment to forgive. You don't need to wait for an apology or to feel ready. Forgiveness is a choice, and you can make it now. Think of someone you're angry with and try sending them a kind thought. Maybe a wish for peace, a silent prayer, or just a moment when you stop judging them. You'll feel something shift in your heart, a lightness, a spark. That's the sign you're becoming the strongest. Imagine a world where everyone chooses forgiveness. No wars, no hatred, only compassion and understanding. That world begins with you. Every time you forgive, you create a ripple, touching lives you'll never know. Do you want to start that change? Do you want to live a life unbound by resentment, full of light and freedom? The journey to becoming the strongest isn't easy, but it's the most worthwhile journey you'll ever take. Every step, you learn to love more, live more fully, and become the best version of yourself. Angulimala did it. Kisargotami did it. Sariputta, Rahula, Patakara, and countless others did it. They're no different from you. They just chose a different path, the path of compassion, forgiveness, and inner strength. Do you dare walk that path? Today, choose one pain you're holding on to and let it go. You don't need to do it perfectly. You don't need to do it all at once. Just start. Say to that pain, I won't let you control me anymore. Then watch what happens. You'll feel a shift, however small. That's the light of freedom, of strength, of someone who harbors no hatred. You're stronger than you think. Choose forgiveness, and you'll see. You are the strongest. And if you feel that flame of compassion burning in your heart, don't let it fade. Join us on this journey to uncover the profound secrets of the soul and life. Subscribe to the channel today so you don't miss a single story. Each video is a door to freedom and true strength. Are you ready to become the strongest? Let's walk together.